On the Health Watch this evening, reconsidering ADHD. By some estimates, 11% of kids 4 to 17 years old are diagnosed with ADHD. But in many cases, is it possible that your child is just sleep deprived? A recent analysis found that 75% of children and adults with ADHD also have disruptions in their biological clocks, causing them to fall asleep later and sleep less. Okay, Dr. Mallika Marshall joins us now. This story is fascinating to me. Does that mean that kids who've been diagnosed with ADHD may just have a sleep disorder?
We don't know. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg, right? Okay. So we don't know if having disordered sleep causes ADHD or whether having ADHD makes it difficult for people to sleep. Okay. So more research needs to be done in this area. But experts are thinking that there might be a percentage of adults and kids who have been diagnosed with ADHD or are suspected of having ADHD who might benefit from having treatment for sleep problems. So for adults, that might mean light therapy. And if you're a parent who has a child with ADHD, then it's important to work really hard on trying to get them to sleep, which I know is easier said than done, right? But here are some basic things you can do. You know, keep a consistent bedtime. Try to make sure your kids are getting at least 9 or 10 hours of sleep a night. Dim the lights at night, quiet activities, and just keep your fingers crossed, I guess.
Right, and see if there's some results if that sleep pattern changes.
You got it.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think people are going to love this next story. If you're on a diet, you may be afraid to cheat, but there is new research that suggests that taking a break from that diet may actually bring you greater success. Researchers in Australia looked at 50 obese men who were placed on a calorie-restricted diet for 16 weeks, and they found that the men who took 2-week breaks from dieting lost more weight than those who dieted continuously. They were also more likely to maintain their weight loss 6 months later. Okay, how is this possible? That's what we want to know. There were only 50 guys.
Right, so it was a small study, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
More research needs to be done. However, the theory is when you diet, you are restricting calories, and you're telling your brain that all of a sudden it's famine conditions. And so your brain goes, uh-oh, I'm not going to get enough food. I need to shut down my metabolism and conserve my energy. The problem is that makes it more difficult for you to lose weight in the future. So they're thinking by alternating relative periods of fasting with normal calorie intake that you might be able to avoid this sort of metabolism sabotage. Now, one caveat, that doesn't mean that when you are on a break from dieting that you can eat whatever you want.
Go crazy.
Exactly. In this study, the men sort of ate normal numbers of calories. You know, they might have had some ice cream and some cookies here and there, but they ate enough calories to maintain their weight and not to gain weight during those 2 weeks.
All right, I think people will be happy about that. Doctor, thank you.
You're welcome.